Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome if you are new. I'm glad you found me. Hi, Aries. We're doing your sign today. You do have a little bit of astrology going on. Let's see. This has to do with your ruler, Mars. In tropical is at 23 degrees Libra, opposite Chiron at 26 degrees Aries. In sidereal, your Mars is 28 degrees Virgo, opposite Chiron in Aries. So the tropical energy is like an outward environment, kind of what you're being observing or what you're dealing with other people, with the energies in general, the higher energies that we can't control, okay, the world around us basically. So that is doing that your ruler is in Libra, a very complementary sign because Libra is ruled by Venus, and in mythology, Venus and Mars are lovers. So when Mars is at home in Libra, it's kind of being placated a little bit. It's being soothed. Um, it's being given an energy of calm, peacefulness, diplomacy, compassion, and balance, okay? Um, but it's opposite Chiron in your sign. And Chiron in Aries is definitely a wounding in like self esteem, vitality, self worth, you know what I mean? Getting things going for yourself. Um, in sidereal, that's the inner environment, how you're processing things. Your Mars is in Virgo, and that could be like a um sorry about the stuttering, a power boost to being practical and diligent, efficient, work ethic and dependability, okay? But that's opposing Chiron in Aries at 2 degrees still, which may be giving you a nagging feeling of like ineptitude regardless of efforts, okay? So you maybe not be seeing your um what your contributions are actually accomplishing, if that makes sense. So we're going to do one card for the current energies, 3 clarifiers, an oracle message, all the good stuff. So let's start with the one for the current energy for Aries. Thank you. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man on the reverse. So this is an illusion that has been shattered. So what do you see now? Now, in tropical astrology, remember, this is the outer environment. So maybe something in the outer environment, the world at large, what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, the people around you, energies that you cannot control, an illusion has been shattered. Now, what do you see now? Okay, so let's get some clarifiers. This could have something to do with the ego. I mean, Mars energy. We've got, okay, the High Priestess on the reverse. That's good. We've got the Queen of Wands on the front side. Okay, someone's coming in fiery. That's your energy, Aries. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Usually I give the king and the queen to the higher of the signs. Shoot, how was I holding this? Was I holding it like that? Okay, we'll put it like that. All right, so the clarifiers, we've got a Pisces energy here with the High Priestess with her back turned. Can you see that? Okay. This is spiritual advancement. Wait. Hang on. You have access granted. Oh, you now see beyond the surface. Oh, okay. So we've got 2 Pisces energies here with the Hangman and the High Priestess. One talking about an illusion that's shattered, one that has granted you access to the inner sanctum behind the High Priestess. Usually she guards this. She guards that doorway. Now you're behind her. You've gained access. And here, down here, there's like a pool of water with the moon reflecting. That is that deep intuition, spiritual advancement. You've gotten a level up here. Yeah, with that deep soul work going on in Pisces, um, yeah, access granted. There's progression here. You see now beyond the surface. Okay, so something has come to light. What did you see? Here we've got the Queen of Wands. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Usually Sagittarius stronger for me. Magnetic, warm, charming, outwardly dynamic. This is you, Aries. Oh, okay. What did you see? You saw your worth. I heard you saw your worth. You regained your fire. You saw what can renew you. The next card you've got is the Nine of Wands on the reverse. This is renewal, surrendering to the idea that you need healing. Okay, that could be that Chiron, that need to heal. But then that fire energy being very sensitive about it. Okay, you're depleted by struggle. It's time to feel human again. Okay? So, Aries, the current energy is that there's been an illusion that has been shattered. All right? You've got hangman energy here on the backside. You're finally seeing behind the curtain. I heard you're seeing behind the curtain. What do you see? And you're having to be very honest with yourself about the truth that has been revealed to you. Okay, and if this isn't the tropical, the outer environment that you can't control, something has been shattered. And now you have stepped behind the curtain, literally, with being in the inner sanctum of the high priestess's temple. Remember, she advises us that the truth is somewhere between the black and the white. Okay, but now you've gotten through that, and you're beginning to see below the surface. Love it. And what do you see? It's like you're looking into the pond. You're looking into this water portal right here. Now we are in a portal cycle. We just came through the 9/9 portal. We just started the eclipse portal. That's going to close with solar eclipse on the 24th. So in this time period, it's like you're looking into this reflective surface. It could be water. Now, this is all symbolism. Pay attention to your dreams. You could be working this out in your dreams. It's like you're seeing below the surface of this water, and what you see is a more magnetic, healed, dynamic version of you with this Queen of Wands energy. Okay? But you're only going to get there if you respect the Nine of Wands that you are in. Now, this comes after the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands did pop out in the pre-shuffle. That was a momentum shift, like wind in your sails, a push forward, information, news, communication, help, some kind of leg up, some kind of energy shift that moves you in a better direction. But once those Eight of Wands land, you're able to use those as like a barrier where now you on the other side can sit for a fucking minute and renew yourself. You're putting up boundaries. This is respecting your boundaries and making sure other people respect them too. Okay? See in this card, he's alone on the front side. There's his barrier, right? And he's all beat to shit. And he's, he took his helmet off. His head is bandaged. He's leaning on that one wand for support. And he's using the Eight of Wands as a boundaries, okay? But here on the other side, somebody is trying to approach. And even though they look sweet and they look innocent and they look non-threatening, he is still making sure that his boundaries are respected. And you have to in order to regain yourself. Okay? So this is a renewal after a struggle. You've been depleted. You've been brought low with your energy. Okay? You're recovering from something. And you have to respect that. That's that Chiron Libra. dynamic here. Mars in Libra wants to be aggressive, but Libra is soothing you a little bit because you're in opposition to Chiron in your sign. Okay? And Chiron is the wounded healer in the sign of vitality and strength and power, personal power, self-esteem, self-worth, um, self-initiation. And with the wounded healer there is a deficiency. And right now, it's like you're pushing yourself to be something that you're not ready to be yet. You see below the surface, you see what you can become, but you have to respect the idea that you've been depleted and you need to regain that energy. So respect your boundaries. I'm sorry. Set boundaries, make people respect them, but you respect them too. Okay? All right. We're going to get an oracle message. Let's get an ancestor card, an oracle card for Aries, please. Oracle card for Aries. So let's go through this one more time. The current energy is that there's been an illusion shattered. Now what do you see? You've got to look below the surface. Look below in your own subconscious and realize that what you see, that Queen of Wands, that you in that exalted energy, healed and powerful again, is not going to happen until you allow yourself to heal those wounds that Chiron is making you heal. Now, Chiron is in Aries in both tropical and sidereal. In tropical, it's, I think, at 26 degrees. In sidereal, in the true sky, it's just beginning in Aries. Okay? So in the outer environment, people may be saying, you should be through this already. You should have healed this already. You should, you should, I keep hearing you should be this, you should have done that. This should be done by now. But in the sidereal, in the true sky, in the inner environment, Chiron just got in there. It's literally like 2 degrees in Aries, which means your work has just begun. So don't let people push you to say, oh, you should be healed by now. You should have, gotten through this struggle by now. Fuck that. It's just started for you. So you have to be strong for you because that Chiron is very sensitive and very exposed. Okay, be diligent because Chiron is in Virgo and sidereal. So you have to come at this very diligently. Not just diligently. Service. Okay. They're telling me to talk about the service of Virgo because Chiron. Wait, what am I doing here? Chiron? No. What's in Virgo? Oh, your Mars is in Virgo in a sidereal. Okay. So Mars in Virgo. Virgo is not just practicality and diligence and dependability. Virgo also rules where you are of service. So there may be energies in the work saying that you should be serving somebody else. Where in the inner world, in your inner environment, you're trying to service yourself. Okay? And that is extremely important. So don't let people tell you you should be serving something else, you should be renewed, you should be healed, because right now you have to give that Mars power boost to healing something very deep, with something where the illusion has been pulled back and now you're dealing with the truth. Okay, so give yourself a little bit of grace. We have from the oracle cards the snake. Okay, shed old skin. Okay, we'll read that. That's feminine energy. Sometimes Scorpio energy to me because it's so transformative. So let's read about the snake. It says, cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. The energy of renewal. Look at that, right? With the Nine of Wands, first word on the card is renewal. It is, right? Yeah, renewal. I'm not a liar. It's renewal. Okay, so that's that shedding the old. Even if that means on the other side of that, if you're unrecognizable to other people, it doesn't matter. You need to shed that and become something new, because underneath of it is that Queen of Wands energy. New empowerment. Who cares if they don't recognize you? All right? The energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized, or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving. As you've been working through your old um hang on. Okay, as you've been working through your old stories. Sorry, I can read. I just need glasses and I don't have them. And all the self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been peeling away a shield of skin that has created limiting experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized, and now the external world will begin to reflect all of the work that you've been doing within. What was I talking about? The external environment and the internal environment, okay? It's going to, reflect all the work that you've been doing within. If you feel someone you love has misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that. Oh, maybe that's what that illusion shattered. They will be able to see beyond that if you're willing to recognize your own challenges. That's that Chiron energy. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. So let yourself be reborn and celebrated. Now, isn't that music to Mars's ears? Loving that victory. Okay, now we're going to get some. Oh, wait. Is it time to eat, Huey? Is that why your mom went meow? Hang on, I'm going to feed the beastie. Hang on a second. Okay, Aries, so let's get some insight cards and get you some final messages. Spirit is listening. Mice. Okay, there's a nibbling away at some resources, and I feel like that's energetic. We've got the Hermit, Virgo energy. Mars is in Virgo and sidereal. It's saying solitude, introspection, withdrawal, looking towards your higher self, and looking for inner guidance. Now, the Hermit as Virgo is the direct opposite of Pisces, and here we have the Hanged Man. So it's asking for balance here. Virgo and Pisces, balancing two opposites. The Hangman goes within to gain inner perspective. The Hermit goes high to gain outer perspective. Either way, you're trying to look for some inner guidance. Okay, because some illusion was shattered. I love it. And you're actually being able to see what you can become if you allow yourself to heal. Mice energy. This is a nibbling away at resources, some kind of dwindling or slow decay. I feel like somebody is hanging on to your energy, or there could be some. I heard there's a hole in the door. There's a hole in you that you're allowing energy to dwindle away out through. Okay, so that's what you have to address with that Chiron energy. We've got Spirit is listening. That's good. Excuse me. Okay, 999, completion coming. Aspects of a situation are coming to an end, so preserve and purge. It's interesting because Judgment reverse popped out of the pre-shuffle because I shuffle off camera because sometimes it's loud. So Judgment in the reverse came out in the pre-shuffle, and that's talking about purging something before the divine makes you experience it again. Okay, because that's a lesson to learn, and that has to do with that snake energy. Purge that old shit. Purge the old you, even if nobody recognizes you. You will. This says, be okay not knowing for sure what might come next, but know that whatever it is, you'll be okay. I like that. I feel like somebody really needed that reassurance. Get a couple more for Aries, please. Aries. Okay, we've got the Eight of Wands, messages, momentum, communication, the Crucible. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. We're all going through a crucible right about now. We've got Venus in play. There she is. Venus is in Gemini in sidereal, which means there's some kind of like placating of communication here, a softening of the words. But in tropical, Venus is in Leo, which is, kind of like that ego, the pride a little bit, trying to placate the pride. Here's that Eight of Wands, messages, communication, a letter, information, news, open correspondence, or conversation. Here we've got that Crucible. It's a time of testing, trial, or pressure. Transformation comes through hardship. We've got a male family member. And again, the High Priestess. Wow, she came out twice. Okay. Sacred knowledge, knowing the truth, the divine feminine. Deep intuition, the guardian of the subconscious, spiritual wisdom, and high spiritual abilities. Interesting. Let's get a couple more for Aries. I feel like the Pisces energy is kind of hard for you, Aries, to function in. But there may be someone in your life that can help you. Okay? Chiron trying to come out. We've got the empty chest. Someone's feeling lack and absence, loss and scarcity. This is fear, though. Yeah, that's that. I feel like that's that Mars in Virgo opposite Chiron in Aries. There's just fear, but maybe it's not unfounded because you do have the mice here. So you got to address something that might eat away at the resources enough to give you emptiness. Okay, that could be. We don't have any pentacles here, so I still really feel like this is energy work. Don't let somebody suck out all your energy so that you're an empty vessel. Okay, and don't pour out too much of your energy so that you make yourself the empty vessel. And that's what that Chiron energy is trying to make you address. And we've got Mercury. I don't know where Mercury is, but that's a messenger and communication. I mean, there's more. What is all this communication about? Who is this coming from? Where's all this communication coming from? A plot twist here. North Node, hydrate. What's this plot twist? What's the plot twist? That's interesting. Red-winged blackbird and 666. Okay. There's fear here. Somebody's afraid. And I feel like that's you. So you got red-winged blackbird. Just divine protection. This is a warning. You're averting disaster and coming out good in the end. But make sure that you're looking at the... I heard... Okay, right when I was about to say make sure you're looking at the signs they're telling me one of the signs is the mice. Okay. Now the story with the red-winged blackbird is that there was a village who was being which was being robbed. Is being, their storehouse was being robbed, and the red-winged blackbird sent up a warning call, and the villagers came and they stopped the thieves. But they couldn't put everything back because it had already been taken out of storage, so they decided to just cook it all up and have a big feast. And that promoted unity and community and sharing, and people came out and had a good time. So even though there's a warning call going up, if you heed the warning, you're going to come out better in the end. So they're saying that the warning call is about the mice. Okay, remember the story is about thieves. Thieves is breaking into the storehouse and pulling things out and trying to steal from the warehouse, right? From what you had stored up, that mice energy. But spirit is giving you a warning, and you're gonna come out better in the end for heeding that warning. Okay, now we've got, look at this, 666 and 999, and they're opposites of each other. They're reversals of each other. So 999 is saying there's a completion, an aspect of a situation is coming to an end, preserve and purge. And 666 is telling you that fear is an illusion. If you feared the number right away, oh my God, 666, the devil, that's an illusion. It's saying remove your fear, doubt, and negativity. Those are the true demons. That's what I have for you, Aries. Tomorrow's Monday? No, Friday. What do we have on Friday? What the Friday? That's what we've got tomorrow. So I hope this resonated for you, Aries. My information is in the description. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. Email, Venmo, Cash App are all down below. I'll be back a little later today with the What the Friday reading. Thank you for sticking with me this far until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.